welcome back to another video here with Angel B Designs. I'm Angel B. Thank you so much for watching. If you are new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. In today's video, we are going to be doing some sublimation journals. You guys, it's back to school time. My kids have gotten pretty accustomed to me making them things, so I make them journals, book bags, lunch boxes, shirts, all of that for back to school. And they have requested, nonetheless, more journals. So we are going to be doing some sublimation journals. You guys, look at this color, okay? Do y'all see that? And then we got our inside lined page. I know y'all can't see that because of my ring light, but the inside pages are lined pages. And then I did bind this with my cinch machine, my We Are Memory Keeper cinch machine. So I will be showing you guys how to actually design this, and I designed both of these images in Canva myself as well. So I will be showing you guys how to design these images in Canva. We're going to go ahead and print from Silhouette Studio. We're going to press them with my Ricoma 16 by 20 auto open heat press, and then we're going to bind them with the We Are Memory Keepers cinch. Okay, please make sure you check the description box for everything that I am using in today's video. It will be linked down below. If it is not, it's because I don't have a link, but I'll still tell you where to get it from in the description box, so definitely make sure you check there first. But yeah, this is what we are doing today, you guys, so go ahead and stick around for that. All right, guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started in Canva. Now I do have the Canva Pro, and I just want to show you guys how I design these images, because like I said, I am using Canva Pro. All right, so I'm gonna go up to create a design. If you have Canva Pro, your dashboard is gonna look similar to this, and then your designs are gonna be here. And unless you're in the light version. Now I'm in the dark version, the dark theme version. If yours is the light theme version, it'll be white, but my background is black because I have the dark theme. All right, so we're gonna go to create a design, and then we're gonna go down here to custom size. You wanna switch this pixels, the PX, you wanna switch that to inches. And then what I'm gonna do is 8.5 by 11.2. I like to make my images just a tad bit bigger than what I actually need, just so that in case, you know, there's any print image, any problems or anything like that, I just have a tiny, tiny bit of wiggle room in regards to the border of the actual image, okay? So we're gonna go 8.5, we're gonna go 8.5 by 11.2 is the size of the document that we are using today. Now, aside from one image, I am actually going to be using all of Canva's elements. This kind of keeps it safe for me in regards to being able to use these images. If you get an element or an image from Canva, then you have permission to use it, okay? It comes with your Canva Pro if you're using, so most of these elements are gonna be available in the Canva Pro. If you're using any Canva element, they've already gotten the license for you to be able to use it, okay? So if you got it from Canva Pro, you don't have to worry about, you know, can I sell this? Can I use this? You know, anything like that, just because Canva Pro has already taken the legwork out by getting the licenses for you to be able to use these elements. And it comes with your Canva Pro membership. Now, keep in mind, you do not own it. So in the event that you create something like a logo or a design, you do not own this design. It is not your design. It is not your artwork. So if you create something in Canva and then download it, you have to understand it's not yours, okay? You do not own that artwork. It's not your artwork. The only way that you can call it yours or trademark it or anything like that is if you bring in elements of your own. But once you start using Canva elements, it is no longer yours. You do not own it. Canva owns it, okay? Just want to clear that up, including your logo. If you use any Canva fonts or element from Canva, Canva owns that logo, not you, okay? That goes for artwork as well. All right, so let's get into designing. I'm going to start in my elements. Now, the way that I found these Mario elements, I went up to the search bar where it says search elements, and I typed in Super Mario. And then you're going to have graphics, photos, videos, all those things. I went over to the graphics panel, and then you got all of these Super Mario elements that are within Canva. Again, these are available in the Pro version, not the free version. And I know because of this little mark here that says Pro. Okay, that's pretty much on everything here. So these are all available in the Pro version. If you have the free version, you are going to have to bring in your own elements. Okay. So I like to start off when I am designing, I like to start off with my background. So since I've already designed this image, I'm gonna go back into my recently used, which is right here. And I'm gonna reuse the same elements that I had already used. And I'm gonna start off with this little black hole thingy. That's what my son called it. I don't know what it is, but he said he liked it, so whatever. And then I'm just gonna drag it out, but I'm also going to center it. Now, do you guys see those purple lines that are moving when I move? Okay, those purple lines, when you have the perfect T, lowercase t, that lets you know that that image is perfectly centered. If you have just the horizontal purple line, that lets you know that it is centered horizontally. If you have just the purple line going vertical, it lets you know that it is centered vertically, but not horizontally. Both the vertical and the horizontal lines being present lets you know it is completely centered vertically and horizontally. Okay, so that's what we want. So we're going to go ahead and add that. Now, once I add in my color letters and all of the other elements, I realized that this black was a little too dark. So I'm going to go up here and I'm going to make it a little bit more transparent just so that it doesn't take up a lot of the image. So we're going to go to this transparency button here, and I'm going to bring it way down. It was probably about 20-ish, 25, something like that. Okay. Next thing I'm going to do is I did use this element here, which is kind of like a little Mario thing. And then I added this to the bottom of the image like this, and I'm going to cover up like these clouds with another image. Okay. And I just kind of dragged it out to expand the width of my canvas here. All right. So the next thing I'm going to do is add in the picture that my son picked out. We went to Google. You guys, this is the only picture that I'm bringing in. It's from Google. We were on Google. I said, hey, what do you want on your notebook? He said, I want Mario Brothers. I said, okay, well, what kind of Mario Brothers? We literally went to Google. He picked out this image. He said he really wanted this image on his notebook. So here we are. Okay, we're putting the image on the notebook. I personally don't like it, but hey, it's not my notebook. Whatever. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and make sure that this is centered as well. Again, you guys, it's summertime. If you hear my kids in the background, I'm sorry. Yeah, sorry about that. So we're gonna go ahead and make sure that it is nice and centered. Now for it to be centered, we are gonna see the little clouds up here, but that's okay. I'm gonna cover it up with the little gold border, okay? Which I have here. Now to get this, all you gotta type in is gold line in your elements panel. And then we are going to stretch it across. And when you stretch it across, as you can see, it hides the rest of those clouds because we didn't want them to be like kind of poking up because you can't really tell what they are. And then I'm going to duplicate this, which is this button here. If you select the gold bar, you get this duplicate button. We're going to press that and we're going to drag it to the bottom so that it matches. All right. So the next thing I did here was I added in the little Mario mushrooms. And I put one on each side. Again, I am back to using Canva elements. The only element that was not already within Canva was this actual picture. Other than that, everything else is a Canva element. And then we added in the star, the Mario star in the middle here. You guys, I was just playing around with these elements, trying to create something for him that he would like. My son is very picky. The next thing I'm going to use is going to be the Mario font. And I'm gonna go up here to the search elements and I'm gonna type in Super Mario fonts. And then it's gonna go ahead and give me all of these letters here. And the thing that I like about these letters is that you can change the color of the letters. So yes, you want to type in the Super Mario fonts if you're doing an image similar to this. But if you're doing, like if Canva has it, try to type in something like, let's say you're doing, I don't know, Marvel, maybe Marvel theme. So Marvel fonts. Okay, they don't have Marvel fonts. So if they don't have it, it's because they don't have a license for you to be able to use it. So just try to search what you can find. Keep in mind that if you go to maybe the font or Creative Fabrica, you could probably find a Marvel font there and purchase it if you don't have the Creative Fabrica membership, and then just input, like bring in the font into Canva. You can do that. You can upload fonts if you don't find what you're looking for actually in Canva. But for today's project, they do have the Super Mario font. So I'm going to go ahead and use what's already in Canva. I'm going to start out. Now, this part is going to be a little tedious just because he wants his full name, not his nickname. Basically, I got to get these letters lined up, and I'm going to kind of do a red, black, and green theme. Red, no, that's supposed to be black. Black and green. Okay, and then let me show you how you can tell if all of your letters are the same size. So when you make the first letter that you have the size that you want, you would take your next letter, line it up, and then the dotted lines will tell you if it's the right size. So here, hopefully you guys can see those pink dotted lines right above the C. That lets me know that it is aligned. Now, when I add in my A, do you see the pink dotted line above the C and the L? That lets me know the top is aligned, and I'm going to drag it out. And now the pink dotted lines on the bottom lets me know the bottom is lined up. And then I'm going to turn that one green. And then we're going to add an R. Oh, these fonts look better, kind of. Huh. I actually like these fonts better. Yep, I think he's gonna get these fonts because I like this one better. A, R, look at that. E. And see, I didn't even see those fonts the first time I was making this image. So yeah, I like these ones better. I'm gonna do these ones. So C, L, like I said, this part here is a tiny bit tedious just because you can't just type it out. You have to actually get the letters. Now, if I went and got a font, you know, from, like I said, Creative Fabrica or defont.com or something like that, then, you know, I could type it out. C-L-A-R-E-N. Nope, that was supposed to be a C. C. I'm like, that don't look right. Okay, now what I do like is that you can change the colors. So as you can see, it's a lot of yellow, a lot of red, not a whole lot of green. So if you click on it over here on this color panel, you can see that you can change the color. So I'm gonna leave that one red, that one green. This one, I don't think I want to do blue. I think I want to do yellow. So I'm going to turn that yellow. Red, I'm going to do green. Nope, and that's the outline. I didn't want to change the outline, so I'm going to hit the back button. I'm going to click on the yellow and turn it green, okay? That's going to stay yellow, red. This is going to be green. Okay, so now we have a red, green, yellow pattern here. I'm going to select all of those and then I'm going to group them. So now I can make the whole name bigger or smaller. Okay, so I'm also going to put the words first grade here as well. I'm going to do that off camera just because, like I said, it can get a little bit tedious, but I'm going to use the same font. I'm going to come back when I am done. All right, guys, so this is the final product. All I did was add in the letters to spell out first grade. This is what he wants, so this is pretty much done. All right. So for the next image, I'm going to add a page. And then the next image is actually pretty easy. My other son just wanted a baseball theme. So I just went to search backgrounds and I typed in baseball, or maybe it was in elements. Let me see. I think it was the elements. And then I typed in baseball and then I went to the photos panel and I selected see all. And then, you know, you have all these baseball images and I picked this one. Once I picked this one, I right clicked and then set image as background. And then all I did was I went back to the elements panel and I added in a shape. So I'm going to add in this round one, but then I'm going to turn it with the hard edges. And then I used a color from the image. So if you go, when you select on the color swatch, when you go to photo colors, it's going to give you all of the colors that are in the actual picture. And then I just picked a color that was inside the picture already to add like his little name box. All right, and then we're gonna go to text. And I'm going to change this to the university text. I did upload this university text from Creative Fabrica. It's called University. And I'm going to type in his name in all capitals. And then to kind of make it pop a little bit, I'm going to add an effect. So I'm going to make sure that Xavier Thomas is highlighted. We're going to go up to effects. And then we're going to select the outline. And I'm going to turn the outline black. And then I'm going to make it thicker so that it stands out. Okay, super simple for the second one. So now that we have both of our images, our cover images here, I do need to print off 2 of each for the front and the back cover. We're going to go up to share, and then we're going to go to download, and we are going to download the PNG. Now with Canva Pro, you can do JPEG, PNG, PDF standard, PDF print, SVG, you can do an MP4 video, or you can do a GIF. For this project, we are going to do PNG. And then I'm going to download each page separately, because if you download it all pages at one time, it's going to create a zip file. If you download one page at a time, it's just going to download the one image. So I'm going to download the first one, and then I'm going to download the second one. You see here on my bar now, it's just one image. If I downloaded them both at the same time, it would create a zip file, which is fine. You can use the zip file if you want to, or you can just do it this way. It's your preference, however you want to do it. So what I'm going to do is I am going to print this from Silhouette Studio. I'm probably just going to cut it by hand because they are just rectangular shapes. There's no like hard cutting involved. So I'm going to print 2 of each image from Silhouette Studio, and then I will meet you over at my press and we will go ahead and press these together. All right, check it, you guys. So I do have my images printed out, so we're gonna go ahead and get them trimmed up. Now I will have a link for everything that I am using in the description box, as far as where I got the journals from. I'm pretty sure I got them from Amazon. So the journals, my paper, my ink, my press, my printer, everything, it'll be in the description box. But what I'm doing now is I am just cutting all the white off of my images here. I do have my heat press heating up to 385. And for today, I am going to be using my Ricoma 16 by 20 pull out auto open heat press, which I absolutely love, and I will have a link for that as well in the description box. And then again, I did go ahead and print from Silhouette Studio. Now, when it comes to printing from Silhouette Studio, you do not need to have the business edition to print. Okay? For years before I even, you know, got the business edition Silhouette Studio, for like 2 years I was printing my larger prints from the Silhouette Studio Basic Edition. I literally just, you go to the Silhouette Studio website. I just went on there and I downloaded the, sorry guys, my camera died once again. But what I was saying was that I just went on to silhouettestudio.com and then I downloaded the free version and I print from there. And you don't need a cutter either if you don't have a cutter. Okay, so I have all of my images printed out and cut here. Now, these notebooks are front and back, so you can sublimate the front and the back of them. That's why I have two, okay? And it comes with a front cover, it comes with a back cover, which are both glossy, and then it also comes with the inside pages. Now, I'm going to be using my cinch machine to bind this today. I will leave a link for it down below. After we get the cover sublimated, I will show you how to bind it as well. But let's go ahead and get these taped, okay? So the way that I do it to make sure that the front and the back cover are the same way is I take my front, this is my front, this is my back cover, and then I go ahead and I line them up. So now I know when I flip it over, this is gonna be the back, this is the front, okay? So I need to sublimate this one going this way, but then when I get to doing this one, the holes have to be facing the other way. They normally, our holes are on the left, right? Because we write left to right, okay? When you're sublimating the back cover, your holes have to be on the right, so that when you go to flip it over, if you look on the back side of the cover, it's facing the correct way, okay? So just keep that in mind. But what I'm gonna do is tape down this front cover first. And I am using some heat resistant tape, but I just want to make sure that it is nice and lined up. And then I'm going to put a piece of tape on the front and wrap it around to the back. And then same thing on the other side. Make sure it's nice and lined up. And I'm gonna take a piece of tape, wrap it around to the back, okay? And I can see the image through, so I can see that it will be facing the right way once it sublimates. So there's our first cover. And then again, our back cover, we know our holes have to be on the right side. just gonna line it up, put a piece of tape, wrap it around to the back. And then on the other side, same thing. Make sure it's lined up. Take a piece of tape. Wrap it around to the back. All right, so these two are taped off. My heat press is not to temperature yet. I'm still at 230. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and tape these other two covers with these images. I will come back when my heat press is up to 385 and we'll go ahead and press them. All right guys, so my heat press is at 385. Now this is just a piece of butcher paper that I have laid down on top of my mat here, just because I don't want any ink transfer onto my mat. I do think I can press 2 at a time. Yep. So this is the 16 by 20. I'm gonna press 2 at a time. I'm gonna line them up the long way, okay? And then what I'm gonna do is I am going to cover both of these just so that I don't get any ink transfer to the top of my plate. I just wanna make sure that, you know, my equipment is protected, because if you do transfer ink to either your bottom plate or your bottom mat or your top plate, you know, when you go to try to do another project, you can transfer that ink, okay? And we don't want that. So this is going to be 385 degrees, and we are doing this for 60 seconds. Now when it comes to sublimation, a lot of the starting points for a lot of things is 400 degrees at 60 seconds. Now if you're doing something that's thicker, like a photo, like those slate plates, sometimes those can take way longer. They could take a couple minutes. Obviously, if you're doing mugs, I'm talking about specifically presses when you're using a press. Like if you're using a sublimation oven or a tumbler press or a mug press or something like that, that time and temperature is definitely different. But when you're using specifically a heat press, typically the starting point is somewhere around 400 degrees at 60 seconds. You definitely need high time, high temperature to sublimate the correct way. Now I do on my t-shirts and everything, probably around 385, 400. If I was doing like a photo slate, I would do 400 degrees. You just kind of, once you start doing sublimation more and you start working with different products, different, you know, substrates or whatever the case may be, you tend to kind of learn your time, your temperature, your press, and things like that, and you adjust it accordingly. Okay, so I do want to wait a couple minutes just to pull these off. Y'all, I hate getting ghosting, and I've noticed that I get it easier when I take the tape off like immediately. So I'm gonna wait just a couple seconds. I'm gonna get a glove so that I can handle it. And then I'm going to go ahead and cut this tape off. Now, as you can see, I had some ink on this butcher paper, which would have gotten on my mat, you know, had I not used the butcher paper. OMG, that looks good. Wow, do y'all see that? OMG. I can't sing, but that's okay. Look at that. Okay. Let me go ahead and do the other one here. Okay. That tape didn't want to cut, so I just kind of ripped it. Y'all, look at how good that looks. And that's the back cover. So this is the front, this is the back, and of course we are going to bind it and everything. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and remove this butcher paper. I am gonna use new butcher paper because I do not want, again, any ink transfer. I'm going to get a new piece. To press this second notebook. And I'm gonna line that up the exact same way. And we're gonna go ahead and cover it. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and press this for 60 seconds, 385 degrees. We are on medium pressure. Once this is done pressing, I'm gonna again let it cool for maybe about 30 seconds to a minute. I will come back and then we will peel it together. All right, guys. So my other image is ready here. Look at that, you guys. Sublimation is still so fun. It is still so fun to do. I know everybody, oh, I just ripped this little thing. Dang it. It's okay. But sublimation is still so fun to do to me. I just ripped the thing. I just ripped one of his little holes. So with these, and when you tape it, y'all be very careful. But that looks so good. That's the back. Look how, oh my gosh. And it's glossy too. When I was lifting the tape, I ripped one of his, one of the holes here. I don't know if y'all can see it. Okay, but that is the front. And then when we turn it over on the back, it's still facing the right way. Okay, so the front and the back. All right, so now what we're gonna do is go ahead and bind these. You guys, I am using this, the We Are Memory Keeper cinch. I have had this cinch for like 3-4 years, something like that. I had this cinch for a minute. Now, I'm trying to think. I did have coils. Now, I don't know where the coils went. I'm going to go find the coils and I will be right back. All right, so these are the coils. They do come with the journals when you purchase them. I will leave a link for the journals in the description box. I want to say I got them from Etsy. But yeah, they do come with the journals. Okay, so what I do on the side of the cinch machine, there is a little spot here where you basically set your coils up. Now this is kind of made for the bigger coils, so sometimes with these smaller ones it's harder to get on there, and I don't think this is gonna fit, honestly. No, it's not. All right, so normally what I would do is this little ridge here goes inside the ridges here. Okay, like that. But because this coil is smaller and these little ridges here are smaller, it's not gonna fit. So what we're gonna do, here's the pages. I want to make sure all the holes are lined up, and then we get our back lined up and we get our front lined up. Okay. So now, as you can see, all of our holes are nice and clear and lined up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this part here and push it through the front of the holes. And the reason why I'm going through the front is because I want the opening part here that we're going to close, I want that to be in the back. It just looks a little bit more pleasant when you have it in the back rather than in the front. Okay, so now we have our coils in. The coils actually went in very, very easily. Now we have to go ahead and close it. So I am going to use this for that. This is again, the cinch machine. I'm just going to place my coils right inside here. We're going to line this up to the back of here. And then you're just going to push down. Okay, now as you can see, they didn't close all the way. That means I have too much space. So right now it's on 1/2 inch. I need to make that smaller. I need to take it down. I'm going to take it all the way down to 3/8. And now as you can see, they completely closed. So now I'm going to do the other side. And now it's completely closed. Okay. Isn't that so cute? I love these little sublimation journals. I do these a couple times a year. My son loves to draw. I made a sketch pad for him one time. But yeah, I'm making my kids some notebooks to go back to school. All right, and then here is the other one, and the same thing. So we have our front cover, our back cover, and then we have the inside pages. And then we're just going to make sure that all of the holes line up. Okay, they're nice and lined up. And then we're gonna take our coil here and loop it from the front to the back. And the coil goes in, like I said, pretty easily. As you can see, you're just looping it right on in. Now it's nice and looped, and then we're just gonna go ahead and close it. And it's on the 3/8 inch, so all the way at the lowest, smallest setting, and it gets it to close all the way. Okay, super easy, super simple. I absolutely love sublimation journals. There's a piece of tape still right here. I absolutely love sublimation journals, but again, I will try to remember to leave a link for everything, you guys. If I miss a link for something, go ahead and comment and let me know, and then I will get you that link or just add it to the description box. But yeah, guys, that is all I have for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Until next time, bye guys.